And when that time came, like, obviously, people know. Yeah. That's when they elect those disciples that followed them, so that he has to be that guy. Okay? But there wasn't a name given during the time of Moses, though.
I'm going to love you. I was going somewhere, but what I'm going
Right.
Bless.
The how was that?
Yeah,
You know.
definitely. All right?
Okay. Second sister. Come up with
changing the seasons. More women are coming up and actually trying to receive the word.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But anyway, where was I before? Right. A lot of. Now you got any precepts before
Yeah.
we can bring out?
This is Exodus.
The scriptures one is course.
Exodus chapter 3, starting at verse 13. And Moses said unto the Most High God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, I shall say unto them, God of your fathers,
Read loud and slowly.
Salakia. Exodus 3, verse 13. And Moses said unto the Most High God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the Most High God of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them?
So you should be inquiring of the name, the signature. That's why when you sign a contract, they always require you to put forth your signature. And they want to know the name. They want to see that it's you. They want to know your name. Your name is very important. Very important. That's why in this society, when you sign a contract, they want your name written in block capitals. Your name is important. So they ask, what's his name? Come on.
If I may add, Brother Ishaq, in the ancient times, when a king used to send a letter, he'd have a ring, and you would stamp the letter to signify that he had authorized the letter to be sent. So that was like the king's signature. So your name, as the elder said, is very important. It says, verse 14, Acts 14, and the Most High God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you.
Right, so let me read this real quick. There's a definition of the word name. This is the word name in Google. It says a word or set of words by which a person or thing is known, addressed, or referred to. Or referred to. So who are you referring to when you say God or Most High? There's a lot of deities that are considered to be the highest entity. What entity are you referring to? What's his name? What is that deity's name? Right? Who are you addressing? Of which a person or thing is known, addressed, or referred to. Right? Right? Addressed or referred to. Come on now.
Back in Exodus 3, verse 14, and the Most High God said unto Moses, I am that I am. Right. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel,
Right.
I am hath sent me unto you.
Come on now.
And the Most High God said, moreover, unto Moses,
the Lord God. Is the Lord God, right?
No, and the Most High God said, moreover, unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, that Yahweh, the God of thy fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me unto you.
Now, when you read it verbatim, it says, the Lord God. Capital or higher case letters. Lord God. Now, when you go into that word in the Hebrew, the word is Yahweh. Now you have this other group called GOCC, the Gathering of the Christian Church or something like that. You know how it goes, they wear the white. They say, when they go into I am that I am, that's where they get Ahio. So they refer to that as the name of the Heavenly Father, Ahio. But that just means I am. That means I am. That's what that's the name of the Heavenly Father. The word I am in Hebrew means Ahio. So when you go to the Lord, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. So there you go. There you have it.
If I may, but for sure, when I was first coming in, I done my own research on this. I got Torah and the Tanakh, the Hebrew, and I literally went into the verse with my little Hebrew, lexicon characters, and I looked it up and it literally says how. See? And also when you see Lord in small, in no case, it says how a shot.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not.
You know, that's off of that. That's I won't even go into that. But the Spirit had me go into that because the sister. Let me go to where's that before?
Bye. I need to go.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 14 and 22.
Gotcha.
You got any precepts? You have any? Huh? I'm getting. Do you have any precepts? You know, when you're ready, take your time.
1 Corinthians 14:22.
Yeah, 14 22.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 22. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe.
Yeah, so now we're finally getting back to the original talking point going into. Is that prophecy it serves for them that believe. So when we're out here, are we out here for everybody? No, are we out here for all our people? No, it's about them that believe, that have the gift of faith. That have that gift. Read Acts chapter 17. Why?
I did the exact same.
Oh, let me get. It's not good. Yes, Acts chapter 17, verse 29, excuse me. For as much then as we are the offspring of the Most High, we ought not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold, or silver, or stone, graven by art and man's device, like an idol. And the times of this ignorance the Most High winked at, but now commandeth all men everywhere to repent. When they say all men, does that talk about all men? Or is it talk about all men? You don't have to keep saying Israelite in every verse. All men talking about every Israelite man. They're commanded, they're called, the few are what? Chosen. So they're all going to get judged. But only a few have been chosen to accept this thing. And it says, because he have appointed a day in the which he will will judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he hath ordained, which is Yahweh Shai, whereof he hath given assurance unto all men, that he hath raised him from the dead, the resurrection. And when they heard of the resurrection of the dead, some mocked, and others said, we will hear thee again of this matter. So again, it shows you right there that this is important. Some will make mockery of it. Some don't want to hear more. They're more, that fear has entered in, or wisdom has entered in, and they want to hear more. Hear that? Here's Acts 28, verse 22. But we desire of thee that thou think what thou thinkest. For as concerning this sect, we know that everywhere it is spoken against. Right, because, the Jews, they wanted to hear more of what Paul was saying. But they knew that us as a group were spoken against. That's just a sect. When you look at the word sect means like a cult. Right? So you see how when you're in this truth, you're going to be demonized. You're going to be looked down upon. Or separated from other people's company. And that's why a lot of people, when they hear this truth, they can't deal with it.
So I wonder how much
it's part of the tribulation that comes along with receiving that seed in your mind. So it says, Salakia, verse 23, and when they had appointed him a day, there came many to him into his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of the Most High, persuading them concerning the Hawashai, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning till evening. And you know what I find deep about it? He said, persuade them both out of the law and of the prophets. Paul did this. Many men came to him in a certain appointed day, obviously, to his lodging, and he taught out of what? When Paul and the apostles taught men, what did they teach out of? Old Testament. Thank you. They taught out of the law and the prophets.
Torah and Tanakh, right?
Right. So what does it say concerning the other nations in the Old Testament? What's going to happen to them? In the Old Testament, the law and the prophets, what does it say about what's going to happen to the other nations?
Well, they're going to change. Slavery, Isaiah 40.
Because they always say that Paul was an apostle of the Gentiles. So if Paul was an apostle of the Gentiles, he'd go around to them saying, listen, you're going to go this way. According to what the Old Testament, the book of Moses, the 5 books of Moses, and the prophets say, you're going to bow down before us. According to what Jeremiah said, according to what Isaiah said, we're going to fuck you up.
Isaiah 14 from verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and shall set them in their own land.
So he would go around to the heathens, the other nations, and told them that the Lord is going to choose you. He's going to choose Jacob. I think the Gentiles would be very offended at that. The Lord ain't going to choose us? Why are you here? about us and the Gentiles. But you tell us that the Lord don't want us. He wants these Israelite people. Yeah. Come on.
For Yahweh will have for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So, we'll read that part against the Lord.
Isaiah 14 and verse 2 again. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them
Right.
in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right. So let's be in that. Talk about the strangers shall cleave, because it is twofold. The strangers talking about the elect of our people, but they were also described as being strangers. They're going to cleave to us, right? So I want to go into, you know me, I like to break this thing down. This Acts chapter 17. Verse 32, the point is in verse 34. And when they heard of the resurrection of the dead, some mocked, and others said, we will hear thee again of this matter. Right? So you had some that believed, some that made mockery of this whole doctrine of ours. So Paul departed from among them. Howbeit, certain men clave unto him and believed. What did we read before? That the stranger shall cleave to the house of Jacob. We read that again. It says, verse 34, howbeit, certain men clave unto him and believed, among the which was Dionysius, the Areopagite. I mean, he must have been Greek. Aries was yeah, exactly. But that was in but that was Greece, man. So you had heathen, strangers that came to the house of Dionysius the Areopagite, and a woman named Damaris, and others with them. So you see, so certain men claim unto them. So that's the one. Read that again.
Isaiah 14 and verse 2 again. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
This is the stranger shall be joined with them. See that part. Let's see verse 1.
Yes, so that's verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
And what?
And they shall cleave.
No, wait. Yeah, read that part again, the stranger.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah, you're Israelite. What country you from?
South America.
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Yeah, so you're on Benjamin.
I was just told that the other day, that's why I stopped.
Yeah, okay. What you back? You know what you do?
I need to learn some more about it.
You know what part of London?
No, my dad was born in Jamaica.
Talking about the group that's with you.
No, just a random man. He told me, he was talking about it, and he said, you're Benjamin. I didn't
Oh,
understand
okay,
what he
yeah.
meant.
That means he knows about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you know anything about the Israelites,
I'm going to start researching.
Israelites were put on slave boats
Yeah.
according to what the Bible says and were sold to their enemies. Now if you can get that Deuteronomy 28. So you know, we're talking about the truth of us as a people, the truth of the Bible. It's not a white man's about what we told you. Because the white man wouldn't have put this in.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 16.
68.
Oh, so this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou
Read that again, read it slowly.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Ships, so bring you into bondage again with slave ships. Because remember, we just came out of Egypt. So when we're getting all the covenant, the laws and everything, he said you're going to be brought back into bondage again with slave ships. Come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Right, so you're going to be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Where can I find this stuff to read online?
It's obviously if you got YouTube channel.
Please, I need to go with my son.
There's a lot for you to know, like this is coming. You know about economic collapse, right? Yeah, shit. You taking the jab?
My mum done it. She didn't listen to me. She was straight.
So that's a test.
Oh, sure. Yeah, save those channels. The first one is for our Apostle series, America. And that's the eldest, that was the eldest channel of my channel as well. So you can get yourself the King James Bible 1611. Get a King James Bible 1611 and make sure you get the copy which is part.
Yeah, for the walk. Alright. Where's we again? Did you read it?
Isaiah 2
Yeah, talk about Cleveland to the house of Israel. Finish that off.
Let's read it again.
Yeah.
Isaiah 14, actually it's verse 1 again. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
And so the strangers, because Israel is also described as being strangers, man. And the strangers shall be what?
And the strangers shall be joined with them,
Right?
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So we know that I could talk about Israelites, man. But what it say, James 1:1. First Peter 1:1. First Peter 1 verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Shai, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Yeah, that so Israelites are also described as strangers by heathens. Moses was a stranger in the land of Midian. Man. Abraham was a stranger in the land of Canaan. Because he was originally from Ur of the Chaldees, man. Right? So the chosen people of the Most High were always seen as strangers in foreign lands. Always. You're all pilgrims. Strangers.
Well, that's what we are right now. Because we're not in our land. We're sojourning in the land of our enemies. Yeah.
It says Exodus chapter 2 verse 21, and Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah his daughter, and she bare him a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. You hear that? There you go, man. You know? We are strangers in strange lands. So Israelites are also deemed as being strangers. So let's go back, man. Because I don't want to stray from the topic. We're not going into this whole Gentile situation.
Isaiah 41 again. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Right.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Right.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So just clarifying that point, you know that that's talking about Israelites cleaving unto us. Coming up.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
So that's talking about now the other nations. So when Paul was speaking out of the law and the prophets, he had to tell, if he was an apostle to the other nations, you have to tell other nations, listen, we're going to possess you. You're going into slavery. You're not going to be equal with us. We're going to fuck you up, and then we'll put you down and line you up. Coming up.
And Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right.
And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
That's playing to the point. You're going to rule over you other nations, because you other nations had us in bondage. What does it say in Maccabees? Hold it. We're saying Maccabees, man. This is First Maccabees, chapter 2. Now, I want to get seconds. It's First Maccabees, chapter 2. Let me start from verse 7. This is what Mattathias Maccabeus said. He was the father of Judas Maccabeus and Jonathan and Simon Maccabeus. There's Maccabees 2 verse 7. He said, woe is me, wherefore was I born to see the misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity, where infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. Is the point. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? That's the point. What nation had not had a part in destroying us? Right? So what did it say? It said we're going to rule over our oppressors. So all these kingdoms, all these nations nations has had a part in our destruction. So now we're going to rule over them.
Precepts, back you up. This is Psalms 83 from verse 1. Keep not thou silent, so